Good morning, everyone. Peace be with you. Happy Friday. Happy end of the week. It's Friday, November 5th, and we're joining together again, as always, in our Upper Room daily meditation for the day. Thank you for joining us. You might be watching this on Facebook, on our regular Facebook page or our friends group. You might be watching this on YouTube, or you might be watching this through Twitter. Wherever you're watching, thank you for joining us, and hope you've had a good week this week. We actually had a few snowflakes around this week, didn't we? So it's been an interesting one after a busy weekend last weekend for Halloween, too. So, the title for today's daily devotion is Offering Help. Matthew chapter 5 reads, "Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you." That's the last verse of the full reading, which is Matthew chapter 5, verses 38 through 42. We usually hear the beginning of chapter 5 of Matthew, hearing the Sermon on the Mount, the Beatitudes, and all of that. This comes at the end of chapter 5. "You have heard that it was said, 'An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.' But I say to you, do not resist an evildoer. But if anyone strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other also. And if anyone wants to sue you and take your coat, give your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go also the 2nd mile. Give to everyone who begs from you, and do not refuse anyone who wants to borrow from you." Amen. So those are powerful words from Jesus, and words that we are not very good at following. There's really no other way to put that. We are not good at following that part of the Sermon on the Mount. We're not good at following many parts of the Sermon on the Mount, but especially those last verses. Give whatever someone asks of you, right? Give to those who wish to borrow from you. We are very covetous. We are very vengeful. We are all constantly demanding transaction or retribution for things that we don't like, or even things we do like. So those are powerful words that we really, really struggle with. So it's good that we read them today. The meditation comes from Becca Stiegelmar, who is writing from Texas. "My boyfriend and I were approached in a grocery store parking lot by a man we assumed to be homeless. He asked politely if we had $1 to spare, as he wanted to buy tacos from a nearby fast food restaurant. My boyfriend quickly got out his wallet and gave the man $20. The man initially refused, but my boyfriend explained, 'I know it's a rough world out here. Anything can help.' When the man finally accepted and gave us permission to pray with him, we prayed for his protection and Christ's continued care for him. We watched the man cross the street and enter the restaurant. Once in the car, I asked my boyfriend what compelled him to be so generous. He said simply, 'I felt God tugging at my heart to help him.' Charity is one of the many virtues that Christ asks us to practice daily. Any act, whether giving to someone in need or just spending time with a lonely person, glorifies Christ and is an outward expression of his love. When we trust and act on the heart tugs, we can change the outcome of someone's day. We don't know the impact we may have on others." Amen. That is a wonderful meditation, and one that really takes to heart those powerful words from Matthew that we just heard, that is very simple and straightforward about what is required of us and how to put them into action. I really appreciated that Becca said whether it's giving to someone in need or just spending time with a lonely person. It is so important to do both. And I loved that not only did they help the man out with what he needed, but then they offered to pray with him. So much of the time we are just afraid of people. We're just afraid of being with other people, of letting other people into our space, letting other people into our lives. And so I really appreciated that she took that both-and approach there. So that's really great. It's just a good, simple, powerful example of someone actually putting rubber to the road and taking seriously the calling of Christ. So great note to end the week on. The prayer focus is for the homeless. We have, of course, more down in Kalamazoo and cities like Battle Creek, but of course we have some who are homeless or who are perhaps struggling to make home payments right here in Richland. So let's raise everyone up in prayer together. Loving God, grant us courage to help others in any way we can. May we glorify you and show your love through acts of charity. Amen. Well, charity is an act of love. Charity is not my favorite term for what this is, but benevolence is maybe a better term, or kindness as an act of love. I also love the prayer, though. Grant us courage. Courage is something that comes from the heart. That's the root word. Courage is an act of love, too, and loving others properly takes a lot of courage to overcome that fear. So, anytime you perform a generous act, it can really change not just someone's day, but someone's week, or potentially someone's life. You can be an angel for somebody by being generous and by taking the gospel seriously and trying to actually live it in the world. That's what we invite you to do every single day, so I hope you're always looking for ways to do that. Thank you for joining us. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And I hope to see you on Sunday morning. We are worshiping at 10 a.m. as usual. We're continuing our series, and we're also going to recognize All Saints Sunday this coming Sunday. So into November already. But thanks again for joining us. Like, follow, and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Take care. God bless you all. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.